All right.
So here's the actual show now that the pre-party is over. We want to give a big welcome to all our Freedom RVers attending tonight. This is RV to Freedom Live.
Yep.
And we are going to talk about how to get your mail on the road tonight. And this is Brandon. I'm Carenza. And we are known as RV to Freedom in our group. That's the website and the group that we have.
And then our personal blog is Drive, Dive, Devour. So you guys may have seen us there before we started this, but we do both now.
Yeah. We are about to enter our 5th year of full-timing, and we love being on the road and everything about the RV life. Yep. And so that's why we wanted to help people get on the road like we did, because there's a lot to it, a lot that you don't think about, and just like weird questions like, how do you get your mail?
Right, because you never think about your mail when you're sitting in your house. It just comes.
Right. So that's why we're doing this. We want to give back because we love this lifestyle so much, and that's why we're talking about it. So we did want to just give you guys a heads up that this live is a kickoff for the month. We are doing a whole full-time party in the month of December, because we are getting to launch our course. Will be
So rather than giving you guys a bunch of junk presents you don't need that you're going to have to get rid of anyway,
don't need to fill up your RV.
We're going to give you a lot of information that you can use that will actually help you get your butts on the road with us.
Yeah. So to give you a heads up, we're starting today. Well, last week actually, Brandon had a live by himself while I was gone about full-time RVing.
Yes.
And tonight we're talking about how to get your mail on the road. And then next Wednesday, we're going to go over choosing the right RV for you, which will be a great one, and one that, you know, everyone wants to know about. December 17th is actually the kickoff for the week that we'll be doing lives every day. So just keep coming in. We're going to be doing all this stuff, talking about everything.
Think of it as sort of like your 12 days of Christmas, but it's good stuff that you can use.
But if you're in the RV to Freedom group, the Facebook group, we're going to kick off December 16th. So you might want to join it if you're not. Otherwise, I think we're good.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I know we started asking about this, but how many of you are curious about how to get your mail on the road? Are you, full-time? Are you going full-time and curious? Or are you full-time still trying to figure out the best way? Because it's a little hard. Let us know in the comments. Send a little heart or something across the screen, emoji. That's easy to hit over there. Last week I sent Brandon a sad face across the screen. So if anybody saw that, that was me by accident. Big old clumsy thumbs here.
Oh man.
What's wrong?
People are saying it's no longer live. Oh, okay. Let me just talk to people because they're looking at it before it crashed. And now, Carenza, you keep on keeping on.
All right. So, yeah, well, I'm not seeing... can someone throw a comment in here? Because I am not sure I'm getting them anymore.
I just saw Jonathan throw something up.
Okay. Well, the last thing I have is from Steve and Nancy. Can you check comments on? All right, guys, let's check this out. The best... I was asking about figuring out, okay, I just see Jonathan's comment, need to know. So, all right, good. Because there is a lot of kind of issues getting your mail on the road. We've waited months, and had trouble getting things because we're just moving around and we never know where we're going to be. But at the same time, we have seen mail being delivered by UPS truck out in the middle of nowhere. It was just kind of crazy and very unusual, so don't count on that when boondocking. But things happen, and stuff goes on. Hi, Carol. She's actually our neighbor right now.
Yeah,
we haven't
seen them, but they're here.
We just pulled in and did this live. And hi, Cheryl. So you got that taken care of?
I hope so.
Good? All right. Let's dive in then, and let's talk about how to get your mail on the road. First thing first, you probably,
You're gonna need an address.
You're gonna need an address.
People gotta know where to send you mail in order for you to get mail.
Yeah, and most of the time people use mail forwarders. You can use your family or your friends if you have some nice family that will handle your mail for you and send it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know where Brandon was going. So they will actually handle the mail, and but most of the time, a lot of people, they don't want to deal with that, or they don't want to put their family out. If you do, just, try to do as much online, which goes for almost any RVer. You try to do as much online, bill pay and all that you can. So you're not trying to receive bills in time to pay them. You've got to be on some kind of schedule. You've got to know where you're going to be in order to do that. For us, that's just too hard. Sometimes we wait a month or longer to get our mail. I think my grandma was a little what was going on, because she sent me a birthday card, and I tried to get my mail just after my birthday or something right before, and I figured it was there. Nope. So I didn't get her birthday card until a month afterwards. So she sent Brandon's home with me this time when I was there last week, and his birthday is not until late in January. But so otherwise, people use mail forwarders. So you can use a UPS store if you want to kind of domicile anywhere in any state. There's UPS stores. You just need to check with the UPS store, and sometimes with your state too, because they can recognize it as a mail forwarding address. And some states really have a problem with that, and some states are more lenient, like South Dakota, Florida, and Texas, where most RVers domicile, which basically is your residence. Is just more of a technical term for it.
Right. And there's a whole big thing related to domicile too, but that's for another day.
Yeah, that's way too much to get into. And we actually do address this in the roadmap to full-time RVing course. We go over a lot more, because you don't want to just choose your mail forwarder based on I'm going to live in Texas. You need to actually look at your domicile and what comes with that.
And what county they're in, because that all has implications for insurances and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So there are mail forwarders that actually provide the services for RVers in those 3 states.
Yeah.
And in some other states.
Bill had a good wrong one. Thanks, Carol. Bill, had a good one, that some states don't allow UPS stores for your driver's license, and that is true. Mm-hmm. And that's why a lot of people will use a mail forwarder, because the address looks more normal. Right. And on legal documents and everything, it's a lot more straightforward. And it kind of brings me to a point that I was going to say for the end, but I'm going to say it now.
All right.
Because it's related. Homeland Security has passed rules that you can't use PO boxes for bank accounts and things like that. And so that's another reason why the mail forwarders are nice, because the address looks like a normal address. It's just your address and then a number, which looks like an apartment number or a unit number. So that's another reason why, UPS stores and stuff are nice if you have a house that you're going back to as a permanent residence. But if you're trying to, use that as your legal residence, that can get tricky.
All right. So as we said, there's places in South Dakota, Florida, Texas, Escapees you've probably heard of. It's a club, an RV club, and they actually have a mail forwarding service, and they have it in all 3 states. Yeah. There's SBI in Florida. There's a lot in South Dakota.
America's Mailbox and Dakota Post. Yeah. SBI is St. Brendan's Isle in Florida. That's a very popular one. There's American Home Base in Florida as well. So there's a bunch of options, and we're actually going to give you a list of those options so that you can see what some of the popular mail forwarders are in Texas, South Dakota, and Florida, because those are the popular RV states.
Right. So those services, you can actually, we have a list of them that you can download. Here. That's going to be a little hard. We'll put the link in the comments in a minute here. We just want to try to keep it going. I want to make sure there's no questions in the group too on there. Okay. Because it's always easy to miss them. Rena is seeing it live there. Good. Okay. All right. No problem with that. Oh. Lisa's having a little bit of trouble. Is anybody else having trouble with this freezing every 4 seconds or anything? I do hope not.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of internet connection. And also, if you have a lot of other things open, you might need to close them.
Yeah. So does anyone here already use Mail Forwarder? We use Escapees, so we might be neighbors. Do you live on Rainbow Drive?
Yeah. Nice.
If you do, just tell us maybe in the comments who you use. Let's see who people like here, who they use. And you can shoot us just like a little thing across the way to, a little
smiley face.
Smiley face.
Whoops. All right.
Smiley face.
Yeah.
Let us know what's going on, how the Mail Forwarder thing is working for you. Why am I talking on my phone?
Nice. All right. So,
no. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, Lisa. There will be a replay, so you will see that. So Carol says she uses SBI. That's St. Brendan's Isle in Florida. They're an interesting one. They actually started out for sailboat cruisers. They call themselves cruisers, as we say, RVers.
Yeah.
They started out for sailboat people, but there's so many RVers in Florida that they've become a great option down there as well. Like Krenza said, we're Escapees members. We were Escapees in Texas, and now we're Escapees in Florida. And their Florida one's a little weird because they're really based out of Texas. So all of our regular mail goes to Texas, but anything government-wise goes to Florida. If we had all of our regular mail go to Texas, they charge you $1 per letter. So it's kind of weird, but we were already Texas residents, so it was just easy for us to switch.
Yeah. Yeah, and it made not changing my address
right
easy for a lot of stuff because it's still the mailing address. It makes learning a new address harder because I really forget.
Yeah, we kind of don't know what our Florida. Yeah. We have to pull out our driver's license to look at what our address is every once in a while.
But that works all right.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's go over how often do you get your mail? And that really depends on you. If you are stationary in an RV park, you can schedule it. You can have it on a schedule.
Right.
Most mail forwarders will do that for you, so you can have it sent every week or every 2 weeks or month or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you're staying, you're snowbirding, you're going to be in a park for 5 months or something, you can set up that schedule too.
Right.
Even if you just want to stay for a while and you just do it a few months. But we don't. So we move too much. So a lot of people just do it on demand. So you can actually have all your stuff sent on demand. So like we call up and we say, can you mail this to this address? And they will do it like the next day. The other option is scanning. And I think Carol just said something about this too. Yeah, I saw scanning capability. I especially like this function during tax season because I'm not always sure we'll be. I'm not sure when we're going to get our mail, but they can scan that information so that I can get it in and then I can get it later. So I've even had it turned on then and then turned it off.
Right.
Had it free.
Especially around tax.
Because most of the time we don't get mail that's important enough that I need to see it.
Except for jury duty notices, but we don't care. I'm just kidding. We have occasionally gotten jury duty notices after the fact, after we're supposed to show up. But the good thing about going through a lot of these popular forwarders is those counties are used to RVers. And so you call them up and you say, hey, I'm not even there. I just got this in the mail. And they're like, that's fine. Just come in when you have a chance. Come volunteer to be on the jury next time you're in town. So that works out well. Rena had a question. Can you whittle it down to just the non-junk mail? Yes. But you have to pay for that.
Right. Most services, that's like a step up from the basic because the basic will just be get all your mail.
Yeah.
But then there's another level where you can actually just have them remove all the junk mail. They just shred it. Yeah. Because everyone knows what it is. So it's not like if it's the obvious stuff. If they have a question, they would send it to you. But obvious junk mail,
right.
Which saves some money because that can
because you have to have an account with the mail forwarder. so that they can pay to mail you your mail. And if you get a lot of junk mail, then you're paying for weight of mail to be mailed to you that you don't need. So it could be worth it to pay more to spend less in the long run. Marie has a comment here that yes, often you need to pay extra for the scanning. There are a few providers that offer it standard, but often you do pay extra for scanning, and often you can turn it on and off as needed. So around tax season, you can turn it on. Mm-hmm. So when your W-2s are coming in, you can make sure you see them, or you can wait. Like what we'll do is we'll wait and not have our mail sent to us until all of our documents are there, and then just have it all sent at once. So yeah, they're really great services, and pretty much all of the ones that you hear about and the ones we're going to show you, everybody likes them. You don't really hear of people like, oh, I hate this service and I want that service. So,
yeah, for the most part, it's not. No one has that many complaints.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about so we talked about if you're staying in a place or for a long time, you can have it sent there on a schedule, and then you can get it on demand. People also, if you're a planner and you know where you're going to be, they have it sent ahead of time. So you can always call ahead and ask if you can get something sent. We'll talk about where in just a moment, but you can get it sent ahead of time so that then your mail is waiting for you when you get there. We know some people who even do that with Netflix, and they actually get the DVDs like that still.
Yeah, we didn't know people still got the DVDs, but yeah. Hey Lisa, I see you're having trouble. I'm writing you a message. So if you guys see me over here writing a message, I'm talking to Lisa because she's having trouble getting in here. We'll help.
Yeah, we're trying to help, Lisa. I mean, we want you to be part of this group. So we're going to keep going. And if you guys are having trouble, sometimes the replays are better. I don't know what to say about the live. You know, the live game is kind of iffy. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes you have trouble. Okay. So is anyone here a planner that they would actually go ahead and have that mail sent ahead of time? Like, do you guys plan out your travels and know where you're going to be? Just shoot us some little smiley faces across the screen. Let us know if you are a planner and you're going to have that mail sent ahead of time, because I'm always curious. People who do that, it's so easy that way. I'm not a planner, so it's so hard for me. It makes it harder for me to get my mail. We've got a few thumbs up. That's great. Oh, good, guys. So next we're going to talk about where you get your mail when you're on the road, because you have your address that you're getting your mail sent to, and that's your permanent address. Or it could be your mailing address for half the year.
But you want to drive back to Florida to pick up your mail,
right? You
got to get that mail to you somehow.
So let me hit that one. Kim's a mover and a shaker. She's a little more like us. So let's see. A little harder to get your mail. Some of these so these are some of the places that you can get your mail on the road. And the first is kind of obvious. It's a campground. And some campgrounds will accept mail for you and some won't.
Yeah.
So you always need to find out ahead of time before having things sent there.
Usually, private campgrounds will, but you always need to ask. But national parks and state parks usually won't,
right? Because
they're just not set up for it. They have a little, guard shack at the front. You sign in.
And I've heard some Thousand Trails parks, they don't accept mail either. Yeah. So that's something that you need to check on. And sometimes it's like some parks we've been to, they specifically just don't want envelopes and mail, like any kind of mail like that. But they will accept packages. So there's all these kind of caveats to it that you need to check. So even if you're getting it sent ahead of time, call the campground ahead of time and ask them and be sure you know what they'll take so that you're not caught unaware. And
also just make sure they know who you are.
Yeah.
We have different last names. So if Prince's name's on the reservation, but I have a package sent to me, they may not know that, that package goes to this site, and they may reject the package, or just, it may just sit there and not know. So yeah.
So campgrounds is the first thing. And then one of the other ways you can get it is general delivery. And that only works with the post office. of course, because it's a postal service. But you don't have to have a P.O. box at a post office. You just need to have it send general delivery. And I'm going to just say this with everything that we're telling you, you always have to call and ask, because each individual place is different.
Yeah, not all post offices can accept general
right.
delivery, just like all campgrounds won't accept packages or whatever.
Right, exactly. So there's in general delivery is usually it's easier in smaller towns than it is in big cities most of the time. And sometimes they'll accept it in big cities, but only in one post office.
Yeah, so you may have to drive partway across town to get your mail.
Right. And then it's bigger and you have to like sit in line or stand in line and all that. So always call the post office ahead of time. But that is an option that you can do when you know that you're going to get it through postal mail, U.S. postal mail.
They'll sometimes accept UPS, but normally they won't accept UPS or DHL or FedEx or anything. It's just postal mail. And the way it works is you just call them up. You ask, do you accept general delivery? And they say yes. Then you say, what address should I have it sent to? And then when you have the package addressed to you, first line should say general delivery. Then the next line would be your name, and then it would be the post office's address. And then they would go, your mail will come to you. You won't get any notification unless the people on the other end are giving you a notification. So you just have to kind of guess when it's going to be there and then go check. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can add the 999 onto the end of the zip code, and that's letting it know that it's a general delivery too. And like Carol said, I see that Carol's had some experience with this for sure. Always call the post office, as we're saying, and see if that branch accepts it, because the website isn't always accurate. And I have noticed that too. I know that in Florida, the place that says it accepts it online, but when we called, they said no. So we had to drive a lot farther to go get it. So make sure that you actually call the branch that you want to get your mail sent to and ask them.
Right. Now, just want to make sure I'm not jumping ahead on the list.
What?
Yeah. So so you've got general delivery, then you've got UPS and FedEx, and Brian mentioned it there in the comments. But UPS and FedEx, you can get those delivered to UPS and FedEx stores. So obviously UPS to UPS stores, FedEx to FedEx stores.
And they don't like to accept each other's packages.
Right.
But so don't get that sent.
Again, you've got to call and make sure they accept it, and make sure they don't charge you for it, because UPS is pretty typical. They'll charge you $5 a package, sometimes $7 a package. But we found that if they don't tell you on the phone, they charge you, and then you go in and say, they didn't tell me they charged me, then you don't have to pay.
Right.
Often. So.
Right. But yeah, expect a charge with them, especially with UPS stores.
Yep.
And just a quick tip, Daniel asked if this video will be available afterwards. Yes. It is being recorded and a replay will be put up afterwards. So no worries if you missed the first part, you can come back and watch it.
Yep.
And don't worry when you watch the first part, because we did the pre-party part and the computer died.
The computer died, and then the camera wouldn't hook up, so we're on the crappy webcam on the laptop.
Yeah, so there's going to be like a few seconds of black space in there.
Yeah.
Just scroll past it. But yeah, so UPS and FedEx, if you know that you are having a UPS or FedEx package delivered.
Now, if you don't know, the easiest way is to use like a mailbox store.
Right.
So any of the like mailboxes, etc., or there's stores in Arizona called Going Postal, which I really think is a terrible name. But any of those kinds of mail stores can accept almost all of your packages for you. And again, they'll probably charge you. So find out what they charge. You don't want to get a $3 Amazon item sent and have to pay $7 to pick it up.
Yeah.
And then if you're in really small towns that don't have any of this stuff we're talking about, there's almost always a local store that will accept your mail. Like if you're at in Quartzsite, which is real popular, there's a little guy in town. He's just decided they run a little curio trinket shop, and they decided they're going to take mail too, and they charge you a couple bucks a package.
Yeah.
But you can almost always find somebody to get your mail for you.
Yes, yeah. There's usually someone, and yeah, that guy in Quartzites kind of take it upon himself to be postmaster for all the RVers when that town swells like crazy
Right.
in the winter.
Right. And then, you know, family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
If you're headed somewhere, like, you know, Carol and Scott, they're right here, and we were headed here. We could have sent things over to them if we weren't going to be here that
Didn't
long.
even think about that.
But we're going to be here long enough that we get packages. So, so yeah, family and friends or people that are going to be on your route. So, you know, get things sent to them and then pick it up as you go.
Yeah, I know sometimes when you first start out, it feels like, oh, I don't want to put someone out, but you're really not. When all they have to do is accept a package, it's not too bad.
Yeah. And they feel like they're helping us because we're homeless and we live in these little RVs and we don't have nice big kitchens and beds.
Because when you come to visit and you're like, no, I just want to stay in my RV and sleep in my own bed, when they're offering their bed.
They're all like, no, come stay inside.
Then this way they get to do something still.
Yeah.
So yeah, let them take your mail. They'll help out. And when you have RVer friends who come off the road too, they know the drill. So they're all willing to like give you mail there. It's a great thing. So the thing that you can do, because I keep saying, if you know you're getting a UPS package or you know you're getting it through postal mail, if you're getting Amazon, that's a big thing for RVers. I don't know how many of you guys give us a heart across the screen if you have Amazon Prime. You know, because even if you live in a house, you might have it. We kind of held off on it for a while, just trying to work around it. But
but for RVers, Amazon Prime's great. Like we just pulled in. We were at a state park, and I didn't even ask if they accepted packages. They probably didn't. We just pulled into a private park. We definitely asked that they accept them, and they do. So tonight we go on Amazon and we pull the trigger on the cart, and we make sure we put the right address in so it doesn't go to the last campground we were in Idaho. But yeah, so
Amazon Prime. So we've got a lot of hearts. There are a lot of Amazon users on here, but Amazon lockers. So if you were in a bigger city, it's not going to work in small cities because they just don't put Amazon lockers in small cities. You can get your stuff sent there, which is great because it's locked up and you'll know it'll be there.
Quick. Yeah, you don't have to figure out where.
Right. You don't have to go pay to pick it up at UPS. You don't have to like worry about it being somewhere. You don't even have to worry about it being in the campground office just out in the open. Yeah. So Amazon lockers work. And do you guys want to know another little Amazon trick? If you do, give me a thumbs up. So, if no one cares, then who cares?
Kim says if you own an RV, buy Amazon stock. Yeah, we probably all should have bought it a long time ago.
Right? Okay, so who wants to know this little Amazon trick? Because if you get Amazon Prime, you don't know how it's going to be shipped. You don't know if it's going to go UPS. You don't know if it could go FedEx or if they're going to send it by postal mail, U.S. postal mail. Yep. So, Carol says UPS has lockers in big cities now too.
Of course they do.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Walgreens. Who was that? FedEx.
Yeah, FedEx will deliver to Walgreens now as well. So that's a new thing. So check your local Walgreens. They may accept FedEx.
Yeah.
But yeah, what Prince was getting at is with Amazon Prime, you can't control how they ship. Yeah. You don't know how it's going to come. And so how can you choose general delivery or send it to a UPS store or whatever? But there is a trick that works 99% of the time, all the time.
If you need your Amazon package to go by U.S. postal mail, or you just basically want it to go that way so you know how it will go because you don't have like a campground that you can get it sent to that will accept any type of package, you can actually set your address to trick Amazon and to make them assume that it has to go to the post office. And all you have to do is your address just needs to read P.O. Box General Delivery. It's that P.O. Box that kicks Amazon and says, okay, we have to send it by U.S. postal mail. It can't go any other way because the post office won't accept other packages. So P.O. Box General Delivery, and then you put the general delivery address that you already checked with your postal branch
Yes.
and made sure that they will accept packages, but use that address and then add your 999 onto it. But that PO box is what is just kicking Amazon to say it has to be sent U.S. postal mail, because they will not let you choose a delivery method. Even if you call them, even if you write, it doesn't matter.
So this works almost all the time, unless the person packing the box doesn't pay attention, and they just pack it and ship it UPS or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you'll get a good post office that'll still accept it for you. Especially smaller towns seem to be better at that. If you're really lucky, you'll get a crazy UPS driver that will drive to every boondocking spot in the area looking for you. One of our friends actually did that. We were sitting there and a UPS truck came up this dirt road to us, and
that was unusual and crazy and awesome, because then we all did it. But
nice. And Bill did mention that Amazon says they're going to add a feature where you can choose a shipper. So hopefully that'll work. I'm hoping it'll work with Prime also. I don't know if, with Prime they may still control it because they want to use the cheapest shipper.
Yeah. That's the one problem with Prime. But we'll see. I mean, because if they get that feature, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But we don't know when that'll be live. So right now, this is the best way to kind of trick it into doing what you want.
So PO box general delivery in your address, and then after the zip code, do -9999.
Yeah.
And that should get you there.
So just the thing with Walgreens too, Jen has actually called and said that they don't charge, at least the one she called, doesn't charge to receive the package. So that's good too, because we haven't tried that yet, because we haven't needed any FedEx packages. So that's great to know. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah. They just want you in there spending money.
They're hoping if you're in there, you're going to buy some other stuff while you're there, right? All that random stuff you need. Just to kind of go back, I saw that Gary Kennedy asked about going to Escapees, since he lives nearby, because we were talking about mail forwarders, and if they'll give him more information face to face, and they sure will. They're friendly people.
Yeah. Escapees are actually known as huggers, which is a little weird the first time you encounter it, but they actually have bumper stickers that says, "Have you hugged your escapee today?" So you can go right in there. You can get your mail from them directly. You can talk to them. They can set you all up. That's easy. I'm thinking about talking to Travis and Mel, see if they'll bring everybody's mail to Quartzsite when they come out. I don't think they make that kind of delivery.
I think Marie also asked about, I can't find it now, but Marie asked about the turnaround time on Escapees, because she's using it. So they ship the next day, and they can
next business day.
Yeah, let's clarify that. If I call at the end of the day on Friday, no one's coming in Saturday for me. This is the next business day, and they ship it out however you ask. So they can do it by
first class mail or priority mail.
Priority most of the time is what I was like.
Or you can have it, you can pay for express. You keep an account with them, so
and not just postal mail. They can do UPS and FedEx too. So it's usually just the next business day, and then it takes however long you pay for.
Yeah.
Because it's your money. So they're letting you decide how much you want to spend. If you need to get something overnight, you can. But
what was the question that just came in?
Let's see. What's the question that just came in?
The building for Escapees, it's in the Rainbow's End RV park. And, it was 4 years ago when I saw that park. The best thing to do is go to the Rainbow's End RV park in Livingston, Texas, and say, where are the offices where I get my mail? And 20 people will come out and hug you, and then they'll all carry you over there.
It's not that. It's not like that.
Yeah. No, they're nice people. Guys. They also do four-corner weighing on your RV. So if you're there, take your RV over and get it weighed properly. So
Yeah, definitely do that.
It's one of the few places that's permanent in the country where you can get it done.
Yeah. So let's go back. Let's see what we talked about. We got mail forwarders, which we're kind of talking about again here. That's your first step. Unless you use friends or family, which is totally possible.
Yep. They're still mail forwarders.
They're acting as your mail forwarder. Yep. So, Well, Cheryl, just to hit with that too, the mail forwarders and escapees, give them a call and you can set something up.
Yeah.
And then someone will be in the office for you for sure. Because there are people there. We walked in and saw people. So, I mean, they're working daily. So,
as long as you're there on a business day during business hours, you should be able to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And if you can't, Melanie Carr, she's in the group, in the RV to Freedom group, and she is, I don't want to get it wrong, VP or president or VP of escapees. So she'll get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just call on the phone and just make sure that someone's there. Otherwise, because there's a few different buildings there, so it can be kind of tricky to get through and figure out which one you need to go to. Because there are different entrances in different buildings. So mail forwarders, your UPS store, all the ones in South Dakota, Florida, and Texas, and remember that a lot of these are giving you an actual address, a street address. So that's what's great about them. It's not a PO box. You can use it for a lot of I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Government, legal type of things.
Banking accounts, because banking accounts are where you'll get hung up. Homeland Security, they don't want bank accounts set up to PO boxes. They want to be able to find out who the person is who owns the account. So using the escapee's address or any of the other mail forwarders, your address, well, like our address is 118 Rainbow Drive, number 1840. It's not PO Box 1840.
Now you all know where we live.
Yeah, you all know where we live, so you can come rob us. You're going to probably get a jury duty notice and a bill. But yeah, but that's how they work. If you had a PO box, then it says PO box, and that gets weird.
Yeah, and there's PMB. But that because it's a mail box, postal mail box. But just don't put that on.
Right. If you ever do have trouble putting in your mail forwarder address into, not like if you're trying to put it in Amazon or anything to register for an account, just don't put PMB, don't put apartment, just put the number symbol or the hashtag. And your number. So it's just 118 Rainbow Drive, number 1840. And that usually gets through the system. Because a lot of times the web systems, they just, they block things because they don't ship to PO boxes. But if you just don't write PO box, they won't know.
Trying to type this in. So this is on the screen and I need to put a link to it. But since my computer is now being used as a camera, this is a little harder. That is the link to the mail forwarder list that you guys can grab, and it has all the mail forwarders in South Dakota.
It has a lot. It has most the popular ones.
It has the popular ones.
Yeah, it has the ones that everybody talks about. There are a lot more in South Dakota, and there's a lot more in Florida.
A lot of little stuff but these are the ones the main ones, we should say, the main and popular ones in Florida, South Dakota, and Texas, since those are the three main.
Right. In Texas, we only put escapees. And the reason why is because there's so much more than a mail forwarder. They're a big club organization, and they do a whole bunch of stuff. And it just doesn't make sense, really, to go with anyone but them. For Texas, they do offer services in Florida and South Dakota, though, and there are reasons not to use them there. So Prince is going to copy the link here and put it into the comments for you.
Yeah, let's see if I can. Not actually seeing my camera anymore, so if we're doing anything goofy, I apologize.
So so that's where did we get to? And then we showed you the Amazon trick.
And well, we got to mail forwarders, and we did how often do you get mail, so that there are different ways. So there's the link to that list that you can get a download.
Yep.
And how often do you get mail, so you can set it up on a schedule and you can get it on demand, and a lot of them have scanning services too.
Right.
Most of the time you want to do so much online that you're not really getting a lot of mail that
so you're not paying for junk mail to come to you.
And bills. So most of the time we don't even need the scanning, because it's really there's not that much that's coming from us.
And you can pay to have it sorted as well.
Mm-hmm. You can pay to have it sorted, so you don't have to get all the junk mail in there. And see, and then we went over where to get your mail. Yep. So campgrounds, general delivery, UPS, FedEx, all those specific ones have their own ways to get it. Mailbox store and local stores are more of a general kind of getting any type of mail there,
Yep.
along with campgrounds and family and friends. And don't forget about Amazon lockers and the little trick to get that Amazon sent to U.S. Postal Service.
Yep. And then there's also the Walgreens and Staples and all these other places. There's lots of ways to get your mail. It's not really a big issue. The biggest point sometimes is waiting to get your mail if you're not in a place where you can get it at the moment.
Yeah. So that's a lot of that. We went into, and then you guys got the mail forwarding down list there. Download. So you can see that. And oh yes, Carol did ask how long we've been RVing, and we are going into our 5th year RVing in January. So we're
January 8th is our nomadiversary.
Yeah. It was meant to be January 1st, but we
got snowed in.
Yeah. We got snowed in. So it was supposed to be, poetic and nice.
Right.
But the snow and the polar vortex kind of kept us up north.
Yeah.
That's okay, because now we're out here and now we love it and we want to help everyone else. And so this is what we were talking about. We are going to launch our course this in a few weeks.
Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas.
The Roadmap to Full-Time RVing course. And it's going to have this stuff. It's going to have all the things you need to know to get your butt on the road and get out here with us, because it's fun out here, but it's weird. It's different. And it's scary if you don't know. And there's a lot of information out there. And there's a lot of good information. There's a lot of weird information. And there's just a lot of things that you may not catch if you're not constantly digging. So we've put it all in one place, and you'll get it all in the Roadmap to Full-Time RVing course.
And before I say the next part of this, I have to say thank you, John. Okay, so this is actually pretty sweet. We're a perfect team for doing things like this, which is good. I'm glad, because that would be horrible if we were just not working well together. But
and John, sign up for the giveaway for the course, because we're going to give away.
Next part.
I know we're going to give. That was a segue.
Oh,
we're going to give away a copy of the course, or a copy. I don't know how you say it.
A seat.
A seat
you get
in the
a
class.
Seat in the next course, which will start after Christmas. You will get it, and we will be starting after the holidays with our live Q&A sessions, because we don't really want to rain on anyone's holidays. So.
Yeah, we don't want you here New Year's Eve listening to us talking.
Yeah.
But this course, you said you're going to do the boot camp once you get an RV, and that's a great thing. This course is before you get the RV. How do I shop for the RV?
Even after getting the RV, but the boot camp is a lot more about the RV.
Yeah.
And this is more about your life, getting your life on the road.
Yeah, getting domicile settled, shopping for the RV, choosing the right one for you. All the little, just weird day-to-day stuff that RV life is. That becomes very normal after a year or so of doing it. But yeah, so hit that up. Prince is going to put that in.
I am trying to put the
link in for the giveaway.
Comments here for the link for the giveaway.
Yes.
So hopefully that just worked. Ready to go. Now I don't know which one to pin.
There it is.
So yeah, we are giving away a seat in the course. So if you guys want to join us, there's really no reason not to sign up for it, because if you win a seat in the course, then hey, you've got the class.
Yeah.
And if you just want to learn more about full-time RVing, it's totally worth it. And we're excited about it, and we want to give one away. So
and a big component of our course is we're going to be doing this kind of live communication with you in the course. Everything you learn, we're going to follow it up with a live Q&A session where you can talk to us, and you can talk to the other people that have already taken the course and are already on the road. And, it's just a big community to help kind of serve as a support group to get everybody out there and keep everybody feeling good. John had an interesting comment.
So cute. Well, okay, I guess I'll keep talking about that.
Sorry,
Brandon reads.
No, I was just reading John's comment, and it's funny, John. This is very much how we live. We will spend 2 weeks in an area, rarely more than 2 weeks in an area before we move on. And so general delivery is a great way to do it, but the mail forwarders can totally keep up with numerous changes. That's what they're built for. You call them, you say, I need my mail. They say, where do you want it? And you give them an address. There's no...
Yeah, I've never had ours set up to go on a schedule to an actual address. I just tell them where to send it every time I call them.
Yeah.
Even when we've been somewhere, sometimes I don't know for sure. Like we were with my mom for a couple months earlier this year, and I didn't know how long we were staying. So I had our mail sent a few times, but I never said, okay, send it in another month or keep that address on file.
Right.
I just...
Now, sometimes they will ask you, do you want it sent to the same place we sent it last time? You just, no, send it to this place. And that's exactly what they exist for. Because they're used to RVers that are moving all over the place. They're used to sailboat cruisers that are sailing all over the place. So they expect that every time you call, you're somewhere new. So yes, they can totally do that.
So Rena did have a question about the timeline for the roadmap to full-time RVing course and what it's aimed for. When we did the beta, we had people that were kind of in all different stages. So some actually were already on the road. Right. Some have hit the road since going, and some are still a couple years out. It's really kind of... It's going to
serve all of the different timelines because it deals a lot with the logistics that don't change. There is information that does change, like health insurance changes all the time. Every year it changes, and auto insurance changes. But the cool thing is once you're in the course, you're in the course. So as long as we offer the course, you're in it. So when things change, we'll update it. You'll get the updated information. So you can start now and help you start learning how you think you really want to live. And then if you don't start for 5 years, you can still revisit it every year and kind of like, well, maybe I want to do this, or maybe, oh, that changed. Maybe I don't want to live in that state now,
Yeah.
So,
because there's a lot to it, and a lot of pre-planning and forethought you probably want to do. Sorry, my necklace is bugging me. That you want to do before you can even like start looking at things. So it will help you in every kind of stage of it. But if you want to get the most out of it, it's probably good to do it before you have an RV, before you're really looking at RVs, because it's to help you actually think about what it is that you want when you go out. Yeah,
one of the things we don't do is we will not tell you buy this RV or only this brand or whatever. We want you to really think about what you want out of this, and we can explain a lot of ways people do this and kind of help you choose the right everything. It's not just the RV, because that's just a vehicle that gets you places, but it's also insurance and mail forwarding and budgeting, and there's so many aspects of it that are they're just different. They're not the same as everybody else's normal life.
Yeah.
So, Marie said, start purging now.
Yeah.
If you're on a 10-year plan, start purging today.
Now. Yeah.
Because that's the hardest.
It is. It's the hardest. It's the hardest to get started, and it's the hardest to get through.
And it takes so much longer than you expect.
Yeah, it takes a long time. So it really, though, it can help anyone in kind of any stage. So I know that sounds weird, but we've had people take it that were already on the road that got things out of it. And we've had the people that are a couple years away, but they're really excited about it. And this helped get them thinking about it more and planning it more.
And we had one couple that was just a few months from starting. They took the course, they started, a tree fell on their RV and totaled it. And they were very happy that they learned some of the insurance tips that we gave them. So they can get their second new RV.
Once you said this course helped them choose their RV, which is great. And yes, step 1, develop a minimalist lifestyle.
Yes.
I think that's great.
But what's great is if you don't do that step, you're going to do that step anyway.
Hey, Randy and Dawn, you're here. Yeah, and Jonathan said it really helped him focus on when he went in an RV, which is a lot of that too. You need to.
And if you can't trust Santa Claus, who can you trust?
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, he just needed one that was big enough for all the toys and that could get around the country quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any more questions? Someone did ask earlier how often we move, and we move about every 2 weeks.
That typically
Yeah.
is what we've come to now.
Yeah.
We've kind of gone through different
Phases,
different phases, different styles. We'll stay like a month, and then we were doing a little longer. You can actually get better deals doing that, and sometimes we still have a month-long stay. We mix it up a little bit, and then we were moving really fast at one point, especially we were doing like casino camping and just kind of jumping between them. And maybe
and we
made really short jumps though too. That's kind of key to that, is that we were not going very far. You know, we weren't going, oh, let's go 500 miles every 3 days. No.
Yeah.
We were going 100 miles up the road. Yeah. Maybe 200. So
80 miles is great. Because that's like an hour and a half. I don't know. When we were going up the California coast, 80 miles was perfect. Hour and a half, barely get the RV warmed up, and then you pull in, you park, and you're golden. But yeah, and then there's times when like I got burnt out and I was like, I just want to stay here for a month. So we just stayed. And that's what's great about the RV lifestyle, is it is whatever you want it to be. If you want to go do a long-term visitor area in Quartzsite, or brain's not working right now, but there's other places in California you can do it. You can sit there for 6 months for $180. You want to boondock and not spend any money, you can do that too. And then you want to go to a nice resort with a hot tub and pools, you can do that. I mean, you can kind of mix it up however you want. We stayed at her mom's house in the backyard for 2 months while we were getting a lot of work done and working on the course.
Yeah.
Jonathan said the video just dropped. Hopefully it didn't drop for everybody.
What happened there? Well, if anybody else can see us, we're just going to keep going. We're almost to Rena said it's gone too.
Oh.
Is that okay?
No.
I don't know what's going on.
Rena said, we moved on. Can you not hear us? Jen can still see us.
Okay. Well.
Sorry. Maybe the video will come back.
Oh, so John did say that he's got an easier time downsizing from the divorce. So his accelerated time easier for you. So hopefully that's a little less of a crazy step, a little scarier than most. And we miss our conversations too, Lisa.
Yeah.
You guys are totally welcome. Anybody who's in beta, anybody who takes a course, you are welcome to go through every session. Once you finish yours, we go through 8 Q&As, you can keep coming back the next time.
Oh yeah.
So keep on.
And especially,
coming back.
Once some of you guys are on the road, come back and add yours in. I mean, we're just, we've done a lot of research, but we're people just like you are. I dumped the gray tank on my foot this morning, just like you will when you're a newbie. So, it's good for the whole community to help each other out.
Yeah. Let's see. Does anybody have any other questions about mail, getting your mail, anything like that? Or if you want to ask about the course too, feel free to ask about the course, since we're doing the giveaway, and you want to see if you're interested in it. You can go and read about it. There are links on that giveaway page to it,
right,
on the photos on the left side.
And I don't know if we've mentioned it, but the course, we're going to open enrollment on the 17th. And basically, it'll be ready to buy right before Christmas. Get it for yourself as a Christmas gift. And then the course will actually start right after the New Year, so that you guys can, sober up.
Yeah, you'll get it before that, but you'll get it right after Christmas.
Yeah.
But, I was going to say someone. There we go. Bev just closed on her house a couple weeks ago. Phase 2 preparing has begun. Nice. Yes.
Oh, that's a nice. Is that Tent Rocks as your profile picture? That's a cool spot.
Oh yeah, it does look like it.
Nice.
A carrier pigeon. That's an option we haven't looked at.
No.
I think we'll have to try it.
It could work. I saw people in like New York using carrier pigeons.
That's true. That's true.
But not for legal purposes.
Oh. Well. All right, guys. So you feel free to pick up that mail forwarders list, and it's there. It's a pinned comment at the moment.
Yep.
And
So it's popular mail forwarders in Texas, South Dakota, and Florida. We've also listed the county and zip code that they operate in, so that if you're trying to compare insurance information at those different mail forwarder addresses, I can help you get quotes, because that's another factor when you start getting into domicile that comes into it.
hold on a second to keep talking.
So yeah, I'm supposed to keep talking now, but I can't see the screen or any comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put the comment together.
I'm gonna tell you my fun thing I learned this morning, because we're always learning. When you go into a campground late at night a week ago and you dump your gray tank, make sure you close your gray tank valve before you put the cap on the sewer. Otherwise, you will go to dump a week later, which was this morning, and when you pull the cap off the tank, you're going to get 2 to 3 gallons of gray water on your feet until you push the gray tank closed. So really make sure you close the gray tank before you cap it after the sewer, or don't be tired and dump the RV in the dark like I did. And I'm just happy that it wasn't the black tank. So that is my third dumping story in 4 years. So I think I'm doing pretty good. And the other ones, you'll have to meet me in person or come take the course to hear, because they're a little more graphic and
yeah, they're
detailed.
Not great. I did make a new comment and I pinned it, so it has the link for the mail forwarders list and the giveaway right there, so you can get to both of them easily and not have to search through the comments. So if that's it, I don't see any other questions. Jen said ew, because ew, yeah, that was gross.
Scroll down there.
Oh,
yep, Anna Marie's about out.
Last days of cleaning out the sticks and bricks and leave Saturday. Woo! That's great. So, okay. I guess that's it, guys. Go enjoy your night. Yeah, we will see you next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, for choosing the right RV for you. And we'll probably be popping in and out of the group at times too.
Right.
So yeah, if you haven't joined the RV to Freedom group, just go to rvtofreedomgroup.com, and that's the Facebook group right there.
Yeah. And you can come in there and you can ask all the questions you want.
Yeah.
All right.
See you next week.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks. Bye. We hope you enjoyed this replay of our Facebook Live show.
Join our Facebook community to participate in the live shows and learn how to live in an RV.
Go to rvtofreedomgroup.com to join the RV to Freedom Facebook group.
And to be notified about our next live videos and more, sign up with the link provided below in the video description.
We want to help you find your RV to freedom.